Hello, everyone. Was finally able to get the technical difficulties sorted out. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through one of the problems that will be assigned for homework for week 2 of Module 3. So far in Module 3, we've been going over making adjusting entries, and then also preparing the financial statements with the adjusted trial balance, and also the closing entries and post-closing trial balance. For this particular problem, we're going to go through step by step, just to kind of get a flavor of how these problems work out, try to give some tips, and hopefully the video will be helpful in understanding the material. We'll get some feedback. If these videos are helpful, I'll continue to post them each week for you. So let's just jump right into it. So the accountant for Castile Construction Inc. posted adjusting entries A through E to the accounts at August 31st, 2016. Selected balance sheet accounts and all the revenues and expenses of the entity follow in T account form. I've got this data table pulled up here so that we can kind of see what we're talking about, and that's accessed by clicking the icon to view T accounts, obviously. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're explaining the purpose for each adjusting entry based on what we're looking at here. So we have A, right? So we're looking for what is the reasoning that we are making this adjusting entry, and for A, that's going to be to record the supplies used, right? So let's see if we can find that, to record supplies used. What about B, accumulated depreciation? What are we doing here? We're trying to figure out what the depreciation expense is. So we've gone through, and of course the depreciation is just given to us here. Later in the semester we'll go through how to calculate depreciation, amortization, and depletion as far as calculating it. But here we're at least familiar with what depreciation is. It's for assets that will be available to us for more than a year. And again, with the matching principle, we're trying to match the cost of that piece of equipment or that building with the expense, so that we're not taking the cost all in the first year, because we're going to be using it for more than 1 year. We'll use it for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. So what are we doing for B? We're trying to get the depreciation expense for the equipment, right? So to record depreciation expense on equipment. And then for C, we're doing it for building. We're recording the depreciation expense on the building. And then we've got D here. So D is going to be salaries payable, right? 1,700. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to record the accrued salaries. So the salaries for this period that have accrued, right? Let's see here. To record accrued salaries. I can't see it. There we go. And then finally we have E, service revenue. What do we have here? We are recording the accrued revenues as well. So remember the concepts of accrued or accruals and deferrals, which have to do with the accrual method of accounting, right? That tries to recognize the appropriate matching expenses and revenues in that accounting period, whether it's a month, a quarter, a year, a week, whatever the accounting period happens to be. So let's check our work here. Done here. So we got the answer correct. Hit OK, and we move on. So now we're going to our T accounts, right? So we have to calculate the ending balances in the accounts and use the appropriate accounts to prepare the income statement of Castile Construction Inc. for the year ended August 31st, 2016. Here we're going to list the expenses in order from largest to smallest. Actually, that is going to come up when we're doing the the income statement. So let's go through. This is fairly straightforward here. We're just going to do math. We have our debit side and we have our credit side, right? Here we have a balance. We just add them together. It gives us 21,550. For supplies, we have a debit entry, we have a credit entry, and here we're going to have a debit balance, right, of 1,600. Okay, and then accumulated depreciation for equipment. We're going to have a credit balance. This is a contra account, and that's going to be 6,800. Accumulated depreciation for the building. Here we're also going to have a credit balance of 31,000. Salaries payable. It's going to be 1,700. Service revenue. We've got a credit balance of 98,750. We've got a debit balance here of 15,200. Debit balance of 1,000. Debit balance of 1,600. Oops. And finally, debit balance of 3,000. Okay, pretty straightforward here. We're posting our adjusting entries to our general ledger or our T accounts here. Check our answer. All right, we got it right. And then finally, we are going to create our income statement. Now, it may be helpful at home to pull out a pen and paper and to create that adjusted trial balance where you're going to list everything out, and then from that you can create your income statement. If you're able to just look up here and see the accounts in play. But we're looking for, on the income statement, remember, revenues and expenses. So here we know we have service revenues, right, of 98,000. And this is from our balance, again, our adjusted balance that we just completed on the T accounts. So we go to service revenue, we have 98,750. And then we come down to our expenses. We're going to list these for the purposes of the grading in the highest expense first. So our highest expense is the salaries expense, and so let's see here. We've got that. It's going to be 15,200, and then the next highest expense is going to be depreciation expense for building, then depreciation expense for equipment, and then supplies. So we'll put this in equipment. Oops. So we got to make sure that we use depreciation expense here. We're not looking for the accumulated depreciation. The accumulated depreciation shows up on your balance sheet, not on your income sheet or income statement. So let's make sure we get that in there correctly. 3,000, 1,600. And then finally we have supplies expense of 1,000. So those are all of the income and expense entries that we need to put. So now we need to do a little bit of math. Our total expenses, if we add all of the expenses up here, right, is going to be 20,800. And then the net income, right, we're dealing with these two numbers, 98,750, less our expenses for the accounting period of 20,800, leaves us with $77,950. So that is going to be the net income that we get. Let's check our answer. We got it correct. Now, requirement 3. Were the August operations successful? Give the reason to your answer. Operations were successful here, right? We made $77,950 based on this fact pattern. So we're profiting here. If we had a loss, then that would be unsuccessful. And this is shown by, again, the net income earned. So it's not shown by this number here, because if, again, say that we add a 0 to this, it's 152,000, then we're in the hole. And so we're not measuring our success by how much service revenue or gross income that we have. We're measuring it by the net after the expenses that come about during the accounting period to make this money. So that is I have a quick walkthrough of one of the problems. You're going to see a problem similar to this in your homework. This one, of course, it'll have different numbers, but it will be very similar as far as the format goes. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through Canvas. Otherwise, I'll probably post a discussion to get some feedback, see if we want to continue having these videos to kind of insert walkthroughs of some of these problems and explanations of some of the concepts that we're learning, which I think will be helpful as the semester goes on. But otherwise, thank you and have a nice night.